Now, once you have the number line drawn, then you need to kind of process your answer and say, where is it increasing and where is it decreasing? So increasing is going to be this middle interval. That is where we had a positive. Again, I always like to draw the line going up. Same thing for decreasing. When it was negative, we'll draw the line going down. Decreasing, we'll draw the line going down. So when you're looking at this, you're going to say that it's increasing from -1/9 to 1, and that it's decreasing from -infinity to -1/9 union 1 to infinity. And they do want you to use a union sign. That union sign just joins the two intervals together. Then the relative max, that's going to be where you have a peak in your graph. So again, you go down and then up and then back down again. So your relative max is at x equals 1. Remember, on this homework, they actually want the point for it. So to find the point, you will take your x and y. You're trying to find a y coordinate. So you'll take your x value of 1 and plug in that x value back in to your original function. So my original function was the 8x minus 24x cubed minus 12 plus 32x squared. All right, so I go into that original function because I'm trying to find the y value. So I have 8 times 1 minus 24 times 1 cubed minus 12 plus 32 times 1 squared. Okay, so again, that's going to be 8 minus 24 minus 12 plus 32, and that will give us 4. So the max point, and this is what you'll actually type in on your homework, is going to be 1, 4. Then when they ask you for the minimum, again, going back to your chart here, you'll say you have a minimum at -1/9 because you go from down to up. So that's a valley, that will be a minimum. So your minimum will happen at -1/9. Again, for this homework, they want the actual point. So you'll go and create a t-chart where you're plugging in -1/9 into that original function. So it will be 8 times -1/9 minus 24 times -1/9 cubed minus 12 plus 32 times -1/9 squared. And you will do this hopefully on your calculator, your scientific or graphing calculator. Remember, you're multiplying fractions straight across. So this will be 8 times -1/9 minus 24, -1/9 cubed minus 12 plus 32, -1/9 squared. And it gives you a crazy decimal. To convert that crazy decimal, hit math, frac number 1, and that gives you -3028 over 243. So your minimum point, and again, this is relative minimum, would be -1/9, comma, -3028 over 243. Now, this last part is not part of the homework, but I just want to mention it really quickly. There are no absolute extrema for this function. Remember, for absolute extrema, you would need it to be the tallest point on the entire graph. But because this graph is going up, up, up forever, what is going to happen is this relative max is going to be surpassed as this point, or as these points go up, up forever. And the same thing is true for this minimum. Because this graph goes down, 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 that minimum is going to be surpassed as it goes down on the right-hand side. So these points that we're finding, the max and min, are truly relative. They are not an absolute in any regard.